with gamervision.com, checking out some Crackdown 2.
My name's James Coop. I'm producer for Ruffian Games, and we're making Crackdown 2. So Crackdown 2 really is a sequel to the very much loved Crackdown, and we're a game that's set 10 years after the first game took place. So a lot has happened to Pacific City in that 10-year period. Effectively, what's happened is a virus has run rampant, which actually the agent caused in the first game. They released these freaks into the streets, and that slowly got out of control. And now like Pacific City is like teetering on the edge of destruction, sort of thing. So the freaks have really run rampage through Pacific City. That's the general setting for the game. But the other setting of the game is that you've got this big sort of day-night cycle going on, and the freaks can only come out at night. And in the daytime, the agency has kind of lost control of the situation, and a terrorist group called the Cell has taken over. So you've got this very big sort of balance between day and night gameplay, human gang-based gameplay, and then these like sort of mutated freaks, which we can go really crazy with. Like the freaks are like sort of mass numbers. You've got thousands of them running around on the streets, so it's very much about kind of like using big, devastating, big sweeping actions, blows, throwing cars at things. It's like a horde of fodder. It's just like shoot as many things as you can, as fast as you can, sort of thing. And then like the Cell, they're more tactical. It's more strategic. You have to do kind of like the first game. It's more human-to-human combat. So they're kind of a bit more intelligent. And then, then with the freaks we can go really crazy because, they come in different sizes and we've got different types, and, we can get them all the way up to like what will become known as a Goliath, which is a really, really big thing that people will still see soon. There's a thing called Project Sunburst in the game, and, effectively what you're doing is you're assembling this giant energy weapon across the entire city, and it's collecting sort of UV energy, focusing it into kind of like freak layers, which it's just generating a bomb in a freak layer to destroy mass numbers of freaks at the same time. So you're gradually kind of like walking your way through the city and rebuilding it in a way, and stopping the kind of insurgence of the Cell and freaks. So your effects across the entire world affect the entire structure of the game. So you're slowly tidying up, you're slowly killing things, and that kind of nice little approach is completely freeform. So you can go over and head to the most difficult part of the game if you wanted to. First of all, it's down to how the player chooses to play it. I mean, we had to think very carefully about the balance of the game. We thought what was really the central Crackdown experience, and we didn't mess around with that. So we wanted to add more variety and fix some of the criticisms from the first game, like the repetitive missions and things like that. The skill leveling was a little bit unbalanced, especially for things like driving. So we thought, well, okay, all of that stuff was a really good, rich experience, so let's focus on what made that a great feeling, and then sort of introduce loads of gameplay elements that fix some of that, but also sort of enhance that feeling of like, I am the most powerful thing in the city, and it's great to have that feeling of true empowerment. Crackdown 2 was designed from the ground up really to be a completely multiplayer experience. We've doubled up on co-op. It's now a 4-player co-op campaign game. And that's a massive central part for what we think is a multiplayer game. But then also you've got your sort of more traditional skirmish-based online gameplay, like deathmatch mode. So 16 players there in deathmatch. Rocket tag, which we're showing here as well. It's great fun. It's very, very Crackdown. It's over the top, lots of explosions, rocket launchers. Everyone's chasing an orb. It's really, really nice, simple experience, and it's a lot of fun. Oh, well, I mean, straight away, the agency vehicles, we've gone to town on them. Some of them return, like the SUV, with its nice, great jumping suspension and things like that. You can climb up walls. It's really good fun. But, we've also introduced, like, helicopters and things like that, because we really wanted to really enhance that sense of verticality. And the helicopter, to us, is really the ultimate agility tool. You earn the right to fly this, and then you can go anywhere. And jump out of the helicopter and wingsuit and glide through the city, So
there's a wingsuit?
That's a wingsuit, yeah. So you can, like, glide in a controlled fashion through the city, and if you're pretty good, you can find up drafts and things like that and keep flying around the city. Great fun. But like sort of the kind of city-based vehicles, the Cell-based vehicles, they're much more extreme. They're like really heavily armored trucks, with massive turret rocket launchers and with chain guns stuck on the back. So as a co-op game, you get one guy driving, and like 3 of your mates can stand on the back of a truck with rocket launchers, just driving through the city, and causing complete devastation. And it's just that's the kind of over-the-top, mindless fun that we loved in Crackdown.
All right, the game looks phenomenal. Single player, multiplayer sound fantastic. When's it coming out?
So July the 6th.
July the 6th?
This year, yeah.
This year, all right. Sounds great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.